Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have some of the dumbest things I think I've ever seen right now when it comes to a video game, period. Now, if you guys don't know, there's a very popular game, and this game is called Escape from Tarkov. If you guys are not familiar with this game, I'm going to try my best to explain like kind of what it is, because this is actually a game I've put a lot of hours into, a lot of my best friends have put a lot of hours into, and the game itself is generally really cool and groundbreaking, to the point where even Call of Duty itself try to go copy some of the game modes that the game itself has implemented. But one big issue right now is the game itself went completely off the deep end. I don't think I've ever seen a worse take, worse business decision. Right now, the entire community is imploding. We're basically seeing backlash against everything on the game itself as a whole, to the point where it's almost comical on how bad it is. Besides the fact that people are losing money and may have to spend even $250 for some access in the game itself, and although there has been a little bit of backtracking so far, right now it seems like they're kind of standing hardcore on this, and it seems like one of the dumbest gaming decisions I have seen, at least so far this year. So this actually might get the Game of the Year Idiot Award, at least in my regard. So I'm going to go talk about this drama, and I want to hear your thoughts if you guys have played it, or if not, and just enjoy the show, because this is an absolute shit show. And I'm not someone who usually swears too much on YouTube, so you guys probably understand on how bad this is. We're also going to be live up on Twitch. If you guys are bored, you want to say hi with the Twitter down below. Subscribe if you guys are new, and just give me all your hot takes down below, because I love reading it. If you guys have never seen Tarkov, let me go pull up like a random gameplay video in the background, because Tarkov is actually one of my more favorite games. Now, it is a very hard game if you guys have never heard of it. It's more of like a PC vibe, and dude, it's kind of funny. You even just look at Escape from Tarkov on YouTube really quickly. Nikita fails miserably. Tarkov dev doubles down on milking fans. Like, oh my god. They just killed their game. Bro, people are upset. Like, people are up on top of this, and this is kind of like this is illegal update on this one. Like, it's kind of like a big trending topic when it comes to gaming as a whole. Now, I kind of want to go talk about it as itself, besides the fact that FaZe Clan is now also gone too. Today's been a crazy day when it comes to gaming drama. But basically, Escape from Tarkov is one of those games where it's a very hardcore, I don't know how to explain it. It's like you have to be very on top of the game. There's a lot of like, you have to like, it's basically like a full-on actual tactical sim. There is like scopes, there's different ammo types that depends on the characters, there's like locations. People will literally sit in a bush for 20 minutes if they have like a strategic advantage. Like, it's a very intense game where you have to like find armor, you have to extract armor, there's like quest lines, there's RPGs, your character has like health, stamina, it levels up, RPGs. Like, at the end of the day, if you guys have never heard the game, it is a very cool game. It's a very intense game, and you have to be kind of know your stuff to play it well, but I think that's where it kind of draws a lot of people to the idea of a very intense battle royale game. It's more of a looter shooter. Like, you go into an arena, you have like 40 minutes, you have to go to certain extraction points, you can find loot throughout the map, you could sell that loot, you collect the loot, you improve like your hut. Like, it's a very expansive and good game that's taken many years to get to this point. If you're a PC gamer especially, this is kind of like a lot of remnants of, like, say, a PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Call of Duty, but mainly like a DayZ, like survival S type game with more of a progression system. Instead of a DayZ, like you die, you lose your character, this one you just lose the gear you have on your character and you can replace it, go for different runs. But it's a very intense game. Very intense. Like, look at how like even just the inventory system is. If you've never had a chance to see it, like, you have to basically be doing Tetris with the items. You have to figure out like what items are worth actually getting. Like, it's just a very intense game, and this is why people like it. People supported it. Like, people were paying a few different various tiers of like the standard edition's like $40, the EOD is like $80, but it goes on sale sometimes. So like, there's like a deluxe edition, you get some bonuses, but people are mostly okay with it. It's a good game. They want to support the longevity of the game, whatever it might be. But right now, we're seeing them taking an advantage of this. Like, the first initial take on everyone, they liked it. It was a good game. But now it's gotten worse. And this is where the community and kind of the heated stuff gets on here. Where right now, the entire community is upset horrendously, because they basically made the most pay-to-win game we've ever had a chance to go and see. And this is like, gonna give you guys, like, before we do the bread and butter, here's an example of Hutch, who is a Tarkov streamer, basically going and saying that right now his goal is to stream in the directory just to make sure people know on how much of a scam this game is.
Because I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm currently playing Tarkov because I want people who are going to come into the Tarkov category and they're going to say, hey, Hutch, should I buy this? And I want to tell them, no, it is a scam. It is a complete scam. It is an absolute disgrace to their player base. And it's even more of a disgrace to the motherfuckers who were around even before me. The OGs in the community who supported these fucking developers before anybody else did and gave them money before anybody else did. And they were under the idea or under the misleading agreement that they were going to be getting everything going forward, and they aren't.
So the big deal in this one, if you guys can kind of go and tell, was why I was trying to explain the tier system. You have the baseline game, you get to play the game, it's fun, you get most of the features, it's fine. EOD, which is like the deluxe edition, for lack of better terms, that's where basically like you get all the future updates, you get cool perks, like you get to check out things like the arena mode and all that, and like it's a good experience. But right now they introduce a $250 package, which is completely disregarding a lot of those people who ever played that higher tier package, to the point where those people are now having that version of the game have hackers individually try to find those people, like this is their goal, to essentially stick it to them for supporting a horrible company that is just trying to milk their player base, like to the point where hackers are in agreement. And this is not like everything, like I think the community itself as a whole is okay with it, because similarly, I have to mute this from copyright audio. If you guys go to things like Discord, like look at the Discord itself over here, and then people are quite literally rioting against Tarkov as we speak, and this is like real-time messages of people just perpetually like protesting in the Discord servers, saying how much they disapprove of Tarkov, that they're making all these hardcore monetization issues that are horrible for people. And at the end of the day, the community is done. I have never seen more bad PR, because the game itself is giving pay-to-win elements for people who spend $250 in the game. So people who's already spent the additional money on the deluxe edition are getting burned. They're losing like the value that they were promised, and people are upset about that. People who play the standard edition, like they are at such a big, massive disadvantage, where they're also upset because at this point, someone who's spending $250 gets huge benefits on their character. Now, as I mentioned, you guys can keep on seeing the protesting down here. Like the $250 thing, like basically enemy AI mobs barely will attack you. Like they still will hit you, but you have basically you have less of a chance to get hit if you're farther away. So that's huge in that. You start up with like higher levels on your character. You get free weaponry. When there's wipes, they usually do like a wipe or it resets everything every few months, so people have a reason to keep playing. Like they get more money in the actual game itself. They get access to this big DLC that even the EOD people are not really getting as well. And just everything right now when it comes to Escape from Tarkov is disgusting, because the devs, like they had a huge list and everyone in the community just hates everything. They're like, hey, you get like cool, like you get a few cool things like unique armbands and sets of clothing. If it was only stuff like that, that's fine, you know? And they have some cool stuff where it's cosmetic stuff, that's fine. But there's some other various things too as well, that they want to do things like the faster return of injured items. If you die in a raid, you have a chance to get it back. And they also have different types of things of like making it easier for scavs, which are free characters. Basically get better perks as well. Apparently, there's also now the high priority matchmaking for EOD owners too, which is only for 6 months. Like basically, they're doing everything wrong. Like even if people are giving them money, they're only giving them a portion of what other people are getting, and they're really trying to go milk a $250 thing. And everyone's upset about this because $250 for a game mode is ridiculous, and no one likes this. Now, I'm probably not doing the best way of explaining Tarkov, but at the end of the day, like they're basically saying, hey, like, they're going to try to make some stuff free and try to tone down some stuff, but they're still almost tripling down because the owner of the game, Nikita, basically wanted an interview that had the full-on, like, my shit don't stink, like, we do no wrong type vibes for the game, basically being like, if people don't like it, then just don't buy it. If people don't want to support it, well, you should have done it better. People who bought the deluxe edition already, well, you guys probably have enough money, buy the bigger edition too. Development costs money, don't get me wrong, I understand that, but I think a lot of people would be okay with any other type of microtransaction. This is like trying to go buy Destiny 2 for $60, and then they try to go and sell you a 200 DLC that starts you off on like a higher light level. Or for Call of Duty, you start off at level 30 day one if you buy the deluxe edition, so you get better guns and weapons, and you may not necessarily be better skill-wise, but as I'm sure you guys know, a lot of games, if you go and have a character and you have a better gun, like sometimes the best guns are unlocked level 45, you get there faster, that means you could utilize it better. Maybe level 30, you get a few cool guns, maybe you get more money for skins, camos, unlockables in various games like a World of Warcraft. Like, it's basically like World of Warcraft, the brand new expansion drops, and you get 2x experience if you pay the extra money on it. So, like, you're just going to be the higher level regardless. So, it takes away a lot of the fun, a lot of the grind. And like I said, there's a lot of internal things that they added to it as well. So it is like proper pay to win. And I think most gamers agree pay to win is disgusting and we don't want that. So seeing all this is horrible. Seeing this is even allowed in the first place, but I love that the community is basically saying you're a scam, you're wasting people's money, time, and you are being greedy. Figure it out and do something better so we can keep on enjoying the game we're playing. Now, I probably didn't do the best way to explain it, but basically, they're just trying to get as much money as they can. They're disregarding people who did deluxe editions, and they're trying to milk $250 for a game that's still technically in early access, and people are upset. And it's pay to win, and people don't like it because it ruins the game. And there's already been issues with like cheaters and other stuff too. So people are just fed up and done, and people are quitting in mass. People are going to social media and complaining. And I myself, because I played Tarkov and I don't like this. So give me your thoughts and comments and everything down below. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I'm upset. I'm sad. I hate this. Please fix this and backtrack all this stuff so people can enjoy the game again.